Hey traders, checking in on the cryptocurrency space. So Bitcoin's still trying to shape up a weekly bull flag, and while it chops around sideways on the daily chart, altcoins continue to play and crypto stocks continue to go up. We'll check it all out. Let's look at the charts. So Bitcoin is still a possible weekly bull flag, though bulls are losing a little bit of confidence over the last couple of days. I'll talk about why. At the moment, Bitcoin's a daily inside bar. We had a whole bunch of volatility yesterday in reaction to the FOMC. And again, as Bitcoin's market cap and relevance continues to grow, we're going to have to continue watching the dollar, the broader market, monetary policy. It all has an impact. And with this candle here, a significant, almost a 5% drop that fast, right as the FOMC released information. And that's not people reading and reacting. That's just bots and algos either scanning, the information for keywords and acting, or just set up to instantly do X, Y, or Z right at 2 p.m. Eastern. So we then had a big time bounce, but what you need to be looking at when something like this happens in both directions, both with a big spike and with a big drop, is follow through with trends. Because how this played out is we had the V-shaped bounce and we did change the 5-minute trend. So 5-minute trend change, check, zoom out to the 15-minute. Did we confirm a 15-minute uptrend to the bulls? Nope. Straight from the low to the high, and that was it. You need to change the 5-minute trend with a higher low and higher high, then you need the 15-minute, then you need the hourly if this move is going to have sustainability and follow through and keep pressure on shorts. Instead, we just ran right up to all this previous price history where there's a bunch of price action there, and we rejected. And we did not change the 15-minute trend bullish. We set a lower high, an equilibrium, it broke bear. Okay, well maybe we can change the hourly trend. Let's zoom out. Nope, didn't happen. Hourly downtrend. So we changed the 5-minute trend and that was it. And now we've faded back and gave back the vast majority of that bounce move. Pay attention to that because that happens often in both directions. If we shoot up and then we start pulling back and we don't confirm downtrends, if we don't confirm a 5-minute downtrend, then a 15-minute downtrend, the bulls are going to hold on to those gains. But this is the opposite scenario, and all of it, not all of it, but most of it was given back because we did not change trends. When's the last time we've set an hourly higher low and higher high? Back at our top here from the last bull move. Ever since then, there has not been an hourly higher low and higher high at any point. So what I'm watching right now is the 12-hour. If we want a little bit of clarity, we can look at the high, low, and this is attempting to hold that low. And I don't love the 12-hour view. Really, it's trying to find the time frame that I like the best. I'm going to anticipate an equilibrium here. So this bounce is just now getting underway. The hourly has to change the trend, so that's step one. So wherever this bounce tops out, the bulls will then have to hold the low and confirm an hourly trend change. Then we would zoom out. I'd be watching resistance at 62.50 and 63.4. And again, there's a lot of price history now at 63.4 with all this price action from the last couple of days. So the weekly time frame is still a potential bull flag, but the last thing the bulls want to see here is a confirmed daily trend change straight into a loss of that higher low. That would then significantly increase the odds that we're going to break 57.6 thousand. And from there, we would look down to the low 50s as the next target range. So bulls really want to maintain higher lows here. I will exit some of my swing position if daily higher lows are lost. I exited a little bit of my Ethereum position because of a 4-hour head and shoulders. The dominance chart, I'm anticipating a weekly higher low compared to 39.56 is going to form. There are two ways that happens. The first way it happens is Bitcoin bulls confirm a weekly bull flag, head up to new all-time highs with follow-through, and altcoins take a back seat as Bitcoin gets the attention. And then the dominance chart bounces in response to that. Scenario two is Bitcoin fails a weekly bull flag, breaks 57.6 thousand, heads to the low 50,000s, and the altcoins drop faster than Bitcoin is, which would also lead to a weekly higher low on this dominance chart. So those are the two ways that it would play out if we are going to indeed form a tightening range here, which I feel is the most likely scenario. So we have to be watching closely. And again, Bitcoin really wants to hold 60,000. 59.5 is a level that I'm going off of for some of my swing position. And then it's 57.6. Ethereum, new all-time high yesterday, straight into daily consolidation. So again, nothing new here as far as an all-time high, lacking follow-through, daily higher low, all-time high, right into daily consolidation. So again, bulls will take it. It's gains, and right now Ethereum is at the highest level it's ever been, aside from 2 days. So it's not a bad thing, but again, it's not the exciting breakout follow-through. Just looking at NVDA, the stock today, semiconductor, that's an all-time high push. So you break all-time high at 230, higher low every single day, massive surge up. This is metaverse hype and broader stock market strength, but it's a very different look for Ethereum. And it's the daily uptrend that is key from here. I did trim a little bit of swing position, so I had entered 15-minute oversold conditions yesterday while I was live streaming for the stock market world, and I scaled out half of my position, went risk-free, scaled out another 25%, and so I still had a little bit of that position. And then I recognized a 4-hour head and shoulders is probably forming. So on the 4-hour lower high here, I exit the last of my position from the bounce, and it took a little bit off of my swing position. But for the most part, the daily uptrend is what I'm really watching for my swing position to exit a bit more. And anything over 41.51 is a daily higher low. We're watching ETH-BTC's daily uptrend, which is still easily intact at this point. But again, watching for this 2-week potential lower high. How could this play out? Well, if Bitcoin drops and Ethereum drops faster, a lower high could shape up. Or if Bitcoin breaks bull to all-time highs and Ethereum takes a back seat, that's another way we could set a lower high here. But for now, keep it simple, daily uptrend. If we keep setting daily higher lows, it may not be exciting and ideal, but again, it's still a strong uptrend as long as that keeps happening. Sol USDT getting back in the picture now, and a little bit of a cup and handle pattern. Here's the 2-day time frame where we came up. We did break an all-time high, but just barely, little bull flag, and now taking off a lot more convincingly. So hourly will be on back burner next time we see daily consolidation. Anything above 185.31 will be a daily higher low. 4-hour higher low, trying to form at 234. We're testing the all-time high as I speak. A little double toppy at the moment. Bulls definitely want more follow through than that. But it's notable that Sol BTC is not near its high right now. So Sol BTC breaking its all-time high would be very notable, but keeping an eye on clues here because it is still directly correlated. You can see the sideways daily consolidation into continuation. BTC pairing did that as well, but it's not in breakout mode. So it's not your ideal scenario. It's pretty much second best scenario. But again, just keeping an eye on clues. As long as the bulls maintain the 4-hour uptrend on the BTC pairing, the US dollar pairing will continue to have favor being in the spotlight. And the BTC pairing right now is stronger than the US dollar pairing, which is a good sign for bulls. Mana. So Mana, this is an example of a trade where I just patiently wait at this point. And I traded it actively on the way up, and I traded it once on the bounce for the 4-hour higher low, and I had never lost a Mana trade. And then I tried a couple little other positions here, trying for a little higher low, and had some small losses. I think one of my losses, I gave back 4% of my weekend Mana profit. So that then tells me, okay, pump the brakes. You can go aggressive as long as you're on a winning streak, but after your first small loss, things are shifting a bit. It's time to be more patient. And so that's what I'm doing. And so now I just set a clear criteria. I don't have to look at Mana every 3 hours and say, do I want to trade now? Do I want to position now? It's a very simple criteria. I am looking for Mana USD to set a daily higher low. I'm watching the lower high everyday pattern. I'm watching daily EMA 12, and I'm watching for 4-hour oversold conditions. So if we drop down and we see these things align, daily EMA 12 support, 4-hour oversold, hourly oversold, that's when I start scaling in for my next entry. If it doesn't happen and we form a daily higher low, then the bounce probably goes on without me. Unless I'm at the computer and actively noticing something, that will be the case. And that's just fine because I won't lose any money. I'll only leave some money on the table. But that is me now switching to conservative on this name now that I lost my win streak and it's not money on easy street for the bulls anymore. So that's the next thing that I am patiently waiting for. The daily EMA 12 is about to update here in a couple hours, and it will then be at about, maybe 2:30 or so. And the way I'm looking at it now, we will not see we will see daily EMA 12 come into play before 4-hour oversold conditions. So there would be a scenario if the hourly RSI were to get down into the teens and daily EMA 12 support were to get tested, I may look to nibble a little bit. But I would be a lot more comfortable and be a bit more aggressive if it's 4-hour oversold conditions to look for the daily high or low. And of course, you want to check in on peers and see what they are doing as well. Sand is way stronger. We saw that the last time we checked in on these names, highlighted the Sand cup and handle on the 4-hour time frame that played out really nicely. And we're looking for a daily high or low here, but it's different because we are just getting our first hourly oversold back burner right now. CHZ is the other one. And it is a nice 12-hour equilibrium, it looks like. Nah, I like it better on the daily. So high, the low is 39.09, lower high, and the bulls are trying for a higher low compared to 39.09. So just like that, looking at those three names that quickly, we can do our Goldilocks in the three. I don't want to say bears because that's the wrong animal to use in this example, but lead bull, Sand, CHZ is in the middle because we're in a tightening range, and Mana is the weakest right now out of these names because Mana already broke this low that CHZ has not broken yet. And Mana BTC, I'll be watching, again, watching its RSI, watching its daily EMA 12, and keeping an eye out for the direct correlation, lower high every day. When that pattern breaks, our daily high or low will be set. And again, there's going to be nice gains. You just don't want to be too early and be stuck holding a bag. But once a daily high or low is found, we're going to look for an easy 25% bounce. OMG USDT. One more note on those names. When I'm looking at that setup, I'm always checking Bitcoin as well. I'm not just focusing on Mana and its peers. I have to see what Bitcoin's doing because the last thing I want to do is start to scale into an altcoin and then Bitcoin flushes a key support level and gets real ugly, which can make altcoins get real ugly. So I have to keep an eye on Bitcoin when that trade is presenting itself. OMG USDT, I haven't talked about this one in a long time, but the weekly time frame, high or low established, heading back up to test the all-time high, and certainly a very big day today, taking out a whole bunch of resistances and a big spike in volume. So we confirmed a daily trend change. This is what the Bitcoin bulls wanted to do. Change the daily trend to be shaping up a weekly high or low, which Bitcoin did. But right now, Bitcoin's on day number 2 of pullback and is trading right about here. Whereas OMG kept the daily uptrend going and is now trying to confirm that bull flag on the longer term time frame. So this is an ideal scenario, and Bitcoin is certainly a less ideal scenario. If Bitcoin were doing the same thing as OMG, we'd be up at the all-time high right now. So we had a really nice 5-minute, look at the hourly here. Or is it the 4-hour I want to look at? 4-hour, nope, it's the hourly. So hourly, high or low established, first 5-minute oversold conditions with a beautiful back burner bounce. It dipped down, the RSI here only got to 34, but at the low of that candle, we were right down around 30, and just an absolute V-shaped move of 9% in 25 minutes, and then continuation from there. So great job by the bulls. Plenty of space for a 4-hour high or low next time we consolidate. Currently in a 4-hour stair-step pattern. So that could be something I use as a profit signal. Let's say I'm in a long position. Well, where do I want to exit? I want the bulls to try and break an all-time high, but if we fail 1821, I'll take 25% of my position off if we lose the pattern of a high or low every 4-hour candle, because then I know 4-hour consolidation is then underway. But all-time high in sight, BTC pattern or pairing has a lot further to go. We are not close to breaking out here, so the bulls would love to maintain this momentum as well. This is the first time OMG has been in the spotlight in a while as far as its BTC pairing breaking bull at the same time as its US dollar pairing. Last big bull break we had end of September into the start of October, and that was up here as well. And ever since then, even though we've had some bull moves mixed in there was technically a daily higher low and higher high, but the red flag was we were not seeing that strength on the BTC pairing. Today is the first time we're seeing strength on the BTC pairing since that last breakout a month ago, and you can see the result that that has as far as giving that follow through and momentum. I'm done talking. Have a good rest of your day, do good things, establish those game plans for both directions. Bitcoin is a potential weekly bull flag, but it's possible we break 57.6 and drop down to the low $50,000 range. You just have to prepare for both scenarios. The last thing you want to do in this game is get blindsided by something you are not suspecting. Best case for the bulls tonight would be change the hourly trend in their favor and keep this daily inside bar going and get right back up in the middle of that range into tomorrow. Essentially, we're just viewing this as an attempted equilibrium all within that volatile FOMC candle. Bulls hoping for a higher low here. We'll watch for a lower high. And if bulls get some follow through tonight, we'll then be watching for this tightening range to continue into the weekend or into the start of the weekend. Do good things.
Hello, I'm the guy with the microphone, Charting Man Dan. In this section, we're going to be talking about emotional and physical well-being of stock traders. It's not just about knowing when to buy and sell if we want to be... Hello, I'm the guy with the microphone, Charting Man Dan. In this section, we're going to be talking about the physical and emotional well-being of a trader. It's not just about knowing when to buy and sell if we want to be doing this long-term for decades. I'm going to be showing you a little bit around the farm and how I stay balanced. Nancy, don't eat that. Hey! Don't eat that.